Alright, we're on a mission-specific ride today. Right now I'm heading down Winston Lane. And we got one of those little red postcards from the mailman on Saturday saying, "Sorry we missed you and we've got a package." And so I'm going to go to the post office to retrieve it. And I'm also going to go to Cold Spring. I think I'm going to actually go into Cold Spring first, and then take Route 9D to the Garrison post office. After that, I'll probably stop by Garrison Landing on the river a little bit, take a little break there, because it's got a really nice view of West Point. We got some tree work here. I forgot to mention, another part of this mission is I'm going to stop at the Sprout Brook Deli on the way back home because we need a red pepper and a fresh hero roll for sausage and peppers tonight. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the back way into Cold Spring. I don't think I'm going to do the total back way, just like the partial, only because it's already a little after 3 o'clock. If I want to go to Cold Spring first and, stop there a little bit, maybe, I don't want it to get too late too fast, because the post office closes at 5. We're coming up to the road that we're going to take right up here on the left. That's going to take us up to Old Albany Post Road, where we can cross over Route 9. This road was also recently just paved, which is nice because it was pretty beat up before that. There's some steep stuff here, and especially at the end, it might almost be the steepest road anywhere around here. There's a hairpin turn that's just, it's crazy. Some Revolutionary War, it was an inoculation hut where they were getting inoculated right there, I think is where it's at. I forget what they were getting inoculated for back then. It's amazing that they even had inoculations at all back then. I mean, I wonder if they were truly effective or what. Some leaves are starting to tinkle down off the trees. It's another gorgeous day. I think it's about 74 degrees out. Beautiful sunshine like it's been for 2 weeks straight. Couldn't have had a better fall to do these little red molly rides. Alright, we're going to take this slow because if there's any oncoming cars, the road is very narrow and it's just so steep. I'm actually in first gear. For a second I thought I missed second and was in neutral, but I made it. So yeah, when I say this is the back way to Cold Spring, yeah, it really is. But we could have done it in a way that's almost entirely dirt road. It just takes a bit longer that way. So this is Old Albany Post Road. Oh my God, it's like a school bus and a truck negotiating this at the same time. And I think that school bus is coming this way. So I'm gonna like get off to the side here. Look at this. Oh God. Alright, I'm gonna cut the video here. So this is Old Albany Post Road, which aside from this one little strip right here, up ahead it turns back to dirt, is paved. Just this one little spot. And it's a historic road. It probably says it on here, but I think it's registered as a historic place. The road itself. How many miles long is it? Does it say? 6.2 mile segment of this road retains much of its early character. Yeah, and in 1982 it was listed on the New York State and National Historic Registers. But it goes back to 1699. The Dutch of New Amsterdam created a route to Albany, which followed Indian trails called The Path, which is now Old Albany Post Road. Alright, so we're on Snake Hill Road now. To our right is the Garrison Golf Club and Country Club. Ooh, a little wide there on that turn there, Molly. Yeah, I know, it's my fault. This is actually part of the golf course right here. To our left is a little road that takes you to a parking lot where you can hike up South Redoubt, which is very, very cool, from the Revolutionary War. For a second I thought that was a wild turkey, but it was actually a little kid. So now here we're going to take a right on Avery Road. Mainly just doing this because it's a very pretty road. It's kind of fun, and at the end of this, a section of this is dirt. It's a cool house. And at the end of this road, it runs into Indian Brook Road, which is also dirt. That passes underneath the Route 9D trestle, which is very cool looking. And then that pops out. Indian Brook Road ends on Route 9D, very close to Cold Spring. This is the dirt section of Avery Road. Very rich people live here. Like, you know, that was an Annie. Walking the rich little Sprague. You can't take this type of road too fast because the stuff they use on the surface is pretty roly-poly. You know, you can really feel it rolling under your tires, especially in the front. And again, there's like a crown in the center of the road. So when you're on either side of the crown, it's a little off camber and it feels a little squirrely. Like right here's very loose, gravelly stuff. This right here is one of these buildings that's on top of the, right now we're riding over the New York City water supply that comes from the Catskills. It's an aqueduct. It was constructed a long time ago and is still considered like a marvel of engineering because I think it's entirely gravity fed somehow. And it turns back to paved here, which is somewhat welcome after that stuff's kind of squirrely to ride on. But an Indian Brook coming up here too is also the same kind of surface. I think the road surface material that they use is called Item 4, which I always kind of like that name because it's just Item 4. It just sounds kind of random yet not random. So here's Indian Brook Road. We're going to make a left. Yeah, doing the back roads to Cold Spring. To our left is big potholes. Whoa, missed them. To our left is Indian Brook. Coming up very soon, we're going to see the road trestle that crosses over this road here. And very close to that, Indian Brook has very pretty waterfall right there. You won't be able to see that from the road. This is a very short hiking trail to get there. Whoa, what are they doing to the road here? I'm kind of stuck in a little trench. It's a pretty steep downhill. And I'm just going real slow. Here's the trestle. It's cool. All right, now we're on Route 9D. We're passing Boscobel right there, which is it's a historic home. They do tours. The Shakespeare Festival has a tent out on their property that overlooks the Hudson River. It's a real popular destination. They've been doing that there for years. And we are getting into Cold Spring. Speed limit here drops down to 30, and they mean it. It's a private school for kids there in what used to be the Plumbush Inn. It's kind of a fancy restaurant at that time. And now it's a school for rich little kids. All this stuff is new. They've been building it over the past couple of years. It's like I think it's like a senior living facility. But the cute part of Cold Spring is still coming up. That's, Main Street and all the side roads that run up and down off of Main Street. Just all these really cool, eclectic, small houses that are mostly quite old. Pedestrians do always have the right of way, so here's our left turn into onto Main Street. Cold Spring is a super popular biker destination. On the weekends, the parking lots on the side of Main Street are lined with bikes. But I kind of avoid taking Molly here on the weekend because it's just too crowded. It's a little too crazy. And they're mostly out of towners, so people are just making U-turns in the middle of the street, and there's literally accidents all the time because people are just like looking around. They don't know where they are. They don't know where they're going. This guy's pulling out extra slowly. So here's Cold Spring. Cold Spring Pizza. Been there since forever. There's Leonora's store, the Country Goose. It's a cheese shop that's been there a couple of years. A lot of antique stores. There's the Village Hall. If you get in trouble, that's where you're going to go. You can see the Hudson River ahead of us. There's the Foundry Cafe. Is a cool place. But you got to loop around this way because there's railroad tracks right there. And this takes you to the bridge where you cross over the tracks. We're over the tracks. Got another biker. We got the wave. Whoa, they redid that place. Okay. It was abandoned for a long time. I mean, look at these old little houses. These at the end here are new. It used to be an old lumber yard that they knocked down. On our right is the Hudson House, which is an inn. You could stay there. Their food is pretty good, actually. And here's the Hudson River. Storm King Mountain across the river there. It's the small marina. It's actually a boat club. You got to be a member, which I looked into years ago, but they want you to work on the docks and stuff for, like 40 hours every summer. And I was like, wait, so I got to pay to be a member and then work when the reason I want to do this is because I'm not working, I'm boating. So yeah, I went somewhere else. But it's pretty cool. There's a nice breeze today. And we're looking back at the Hudson House. And we're going to make a right here alongside this little park. And what we're going to do is we're going to pass that bridge. It goes over the tracks. And back here is the modern train station. The old one, the historic one, is now a little restaurant called the Depot. There's an old temple thing right there that looks out on the Hudson River, and we're going to pull in here at this park, which is where people launch their kayaks. Me and my friend Mike Berlinger went kayaking here a couple weeks ago. You can see all the kayaks there from the rental company. People can sign up online and come here at their slotted time and take them out for however much time they paid for on the Hudson River or back into Constitution Marsh, which is excellent. And here we are. We're going to take a little break. All right, so we're heading back up into Cold Spring to go to the post office. Right there is the Depot restaurant that I mentioned just before. Make our right turn on Main Street. Now, I took the cheek pads out in the helmet just because my ears were killing me from taking the helmet on and off again. It really yanks your ears backwards as you're pulling the helmet off. There's just no other way about it. And after doing that, past few days and stuff, my ears were really killing me. So I just took the cheek pads out so I can get the helmet on and off without ripping my ears apart anymore. All right, so that's a little Cold Spring. So yeah, with the cheek pads out, it might be we might be getting a lot of wind noise. I can't tell until I get home and check this section of this video out. But here we're going to hop on 9D to go to the Garrison post office, and we're going to be riding, at speed, 40-45 miles an hour. Is what we're going to do. So there's going to be wind noise, and we're going to see what it's like. And it's really windy today. I can only assume there's a ton of wind noise, because there certainly is a lot more in the helmet without the cheek pads in. Yeah, and we're riding with cars on the road. That's what you're going to get on Route 9D going to Cold Spring. All right, here we are at the Garrison Post Office, the little monkey, and let's go in there and get our package. I do have a face mask with me. See, and my little ticket. All right, we got it. There it is, gear holding tool. Pop that in our little bag. And let's go check out Garrison Landing. Heading down to Garrison Landing. On our left here is Patty Hearst's house, if you can call that a house. So here we're crossing over the railroad tracks again. It's the Metro North line that runs up the Hudson River. So here at Garrison Landing is where they filmed, apparently filmed part of Hello Dolly. Here's the old train station, which is now a little theater. That's the landing right down there. Ooh, we got a train. Here's the small marina in Garrison. It's also, well, it's a Garrison Yacht Club. It's also a club. The train's on the other side. And this used to be the best little deli that had a backroom bar that was just totally locals only. And there were times where I would kayak out of Cold Spring, where we just were paddle down to here, go into Guinan's and go to the bar in the back, have a few beers, and then paddle back. Super cool. All right, let's take it down to the landing. Here's West Point. This right up here on the left is the Garrison Art Center. It's a small little place, but it's been around a long time. And here's, oh, we got a couple kayakers out there. Here's the landing right here. Let's take a walk over just to shine the camera over there at West Point. There's a big old train on the other side that's coming out of the tunnel that runs underneath West Point. And it looks like that's one of those, what they call a pipeline train, because it's entirely made up, miles long, entirely made up of crude oil tankers. Which, I don't know how I feel about that, and a lot of people I think feel the same way about a train like that running up the side of the Hudson River is an ecological disaster just waiting to happen, because, you know, these tracks are well inspected, but sooner or later, you know, if one of those things derails, and it runs a good stretch miles down the Hudson River, one of those things derails next to the river, there's a few trestles that cross over the river as well, and those tankers go into the river, I mean, what are they going to do? Oh well, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. Up there's Winter Hill. It's a beautiful old mansion up there. And in the winter, people go sleigh riding down that hill. A lot of people. Alright, so we're going back up Snake Hill Road now. Someone really rich lives there. Now we're going back down that crazy, steep, narrow little road just off of Old Albany Post. There's some really steep land for sale. Alright, here's that turn. It's like... you feel like you're going to go over the handlebars on that, believe me. That's the cinder block house. It's literally made out of cinder blocks. It's kind of odd. Let's get this guy the horn. What I'm doing is I'm taking a little detour just to go up to the beaver pond, take a last little pit stop, and then head back home. This is Dennytown Road. Super steep. I feel like I'm about to hit the rev limiter. Which I've never hit. There's no tachometer on this bike, so you don't really know where your RPMs are. You just got to go by feel. But somewhere in there is a rev limiter where if you hit it, I think it's, I don't know what exactly happens. I think it starts bogging out. It'll let you know. But at this point, Molly's pretty broken in, so I don't feel too uncomfortable about getting the RPMs up there like that. And here's good old Sunk Mine Road, but at the Dennytown end, which our little beaver pond is pretty close to this end of the road. So that's, you know, why I came in this way. Just make our last little pit stop there. Because it's just so nice out. The weather this past couple of weeks has been incredible, and it's not going to last forever. I even heard a weatherman say the other day, it's not going to last forever, and this is a beautiful stretch, so you better take advantage of it. It's real easy on Molly to stand up on the pegs and let the suspension on the bike just soak up the bumps underneath you. That being said, some of these are pretty nasty. Getting some nice dappled sunlight. Kind of later afternoon look to it. I don't know why they were walking it. I glanced at the chain, it wasn't broken. Unless she had a flat, I don't know. That's John Allen Pond again. And here's our little beaver pond. The great blue heron is still out there. I was walking Millie here earlier this morning, and he was out there catching fish. He's straight ahead of us, but I'm thinking you probably can't see him. I doubt the resolution is there for that, but he's just standing there stock still. All right. There's just one more thing we got to do to make this mission complete, and that's take a pit stop at that deli. And I'm hoping they've got a red pepper that's in good shape, not too mushy or anything, and get a fresh roll for tonight's sausage and peppers. Which I can already smell those onions and peppers grilling. Just about there. And here we are. Alright, so we had success at the deli. Red pepper, roll, bam. Alright, final stretch, heading home. Winston Lane. And here we are.